suppression by the military and police. Being fingerprinted by Haitian authorities upon their return only heightened their concerns, even though the Haitian government promises they will not be harmed.
The U.S. State Department says it has no credible evidence of any reprisals against refugees who were returned to Haiti, including those brought back after the coup. But authorities concede there is no effective system here for keeping track of what happens to the refugees once they return home.
Human rights activists worry most about those who supported the recently deposed president, Jean-Bertrand Aristide. This man is now in hiding, fearing for his life. He says after the U.S. Coast Guard returned him to Haiti on Monday, soldiers came to his house and threatened him because he had been politically active.
They knocked on my door. They were armed. They called me by name and said, "Where have you been? We will come after you. We will kill you."
Amnesty International says 1,500 people have been killed in political violence since the September coup which toppled Aristide's democratic government.
There is a kind of genocide of young people right now in this country, led by the army. And it is national, all over.
Even the Tonton Macoutes, the dreaded paramilitary gunmen from the old Duvalier dictatorship, have resurfaced, parading throughout the capital city. They beat and took away a suspected opponent on the sidelines. Another reason the returning refugees feel anything but safe. Mark Potter, ABC News, Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
In other international news from Russia today, further indication of how difficult it will be to keep the economic reform process moving forward. Moscow's vice mayor says 95% of Moscow's residents are now living below the poverty line. He blames the rise in consumer prices. The Russian President Boris Yeltsin told officials in France today that if his economic reforms fail, a dictatorship may emerge. One of Mr. Yeltsin's aides says that in order to raise cash, Russia will now sell off half its oil production facilities to foreigners. Belfast, Northern Ireland, today a bomb exploded in a bus depot in a Catholic neighborhood. One person was injured. So far this year, 27 people have been killed in Northern Ireland. In a moment, the crisis in healthcare, fueled by two beliefs. American medicine can cure anything, and someone else will pay the bill.
How can it be that an automobile, a mere 9 inches larger on the outside, gives you over 2 feet more room on the inside? Maybe it's the new math. The all-new 1992 Toyota Camry. We just couldn't paint well enough alone.
I like a really big, round burger.
And I like them really, really thick.
You're gonna have a baseball.
Smells come up and the juices drip down. I can almost hear it.
By the sound, just by the sound, then I know it's ready.
Whoa.
Wait.
It's not done.
Done? Nah, it's done.
No, it's done.
A1. It's how burgers are.
Perfect.
Done.
I couldn't sleep at all last night. I was tossing and turning all night.
Instead of tossing and turning, try Unisom. In medical tests, people fell asleep faster and slept better with Unisom than without.
I was sleeping and sleeping all night.
Take Unisom for faster, better sleep.
Chapstick. From the freezing wind to the scorching sun, Chapstick Lip Balm is serious medicine made to help chapped lips heal fast and healthy lips stay healthy. Whatever the weather, don't take chances. Take Chapstick.
Nighttime, one of the worst times for pain. That's why you need new Ultra Strength Bengay with more pain relievers than we've ever had. Fast relief for muscle aches and minor arthritis pain. With new Ultra Strength Bengay, you can say goodnight to your pain.
Healthcare is on the American agenda again. So far this week, we've been examining ways to reform the healthcare system. Tonight, our report is about reforming American attitudes. The expectations Americans have about the quality of healthcare they wish to receive have had an enormous impact on the way the system has developed. You can see it on a personal level in any doctor-patient relationship. You can see it at any hospital and any medical center. Our agenda reporter is Beth Nissen.
Are you comfortable?
The way Americans think about health care might be thought of as a product.
18.
Manufactured over many years by one of the nation's largest industries, the industry of medicine.
It does its own marketing, it does its own product development. It shapes very powerfully how people think about health and health care.
I just wanted somebody to look at it.
That industry has helped build a common set of expectations and beliefs among Americans that add billions to the cost of health care.
142 over
At the heart of it, a sense that Americans are entitled to superior, convenient health care.
My time is valuable, my health is important to me, and I should receive A1 treatment and A1 consideration.
No matter what cost?
No matter what the cost.
I think Americans want the best. They're used to the best. I think they very rarely will settle for anything less than the best.
For many Americans, the best means the latest technology. Hospitals and private practices promote the newest machines. Doctors often use them because they are there. Patients hear of them and demand them by name.
They say, but doctor, how can you tell that I really don't have cancer, and don't you think I need a CT scan?
Yet technology does not always add to anything except the bill. Example, the electronic fetal monitor, useful for high-risk pregnancies, yet commonly used on even low-risk patients like this woman.
We have monitors on every patient that we have back here that's contracting or in labor.
And when the monitors indicate any unusual stress, obstetricians often do cesarean sections, which may not be necessary and are expensive. According to the Institute of Medicine, use of the fetal monitor alone adds as much as $750 million a year to the nation's health care costs. And who pays? Most Americans presume someone else will pay for their health care, whether that's Medicare, Medicaid, their employer, or insurance company.
What did your prescription cost last time?
I have no idea, I'm sorry to say. That's taken care of by my medical insurance.
And because relatively few Americans know what they are charged, there is little concern about value for the dollar.
I have never had a patient ask me how much a test cost. When I have a plumber come to my house, I always get bids. I never tell a plumber, go ahead and fix it, and whatever it costs, go ahead and do it.
And Americans have been encouraged to believe that medicine can fix virtually anything, that if the care is good enough, death is no longer inevitable, even in the most desperate cases.
I want everything done possible that there is to do for him, and whatever there is, you do it.
Death is seen as the enemy, and we are, as healthcare professionals, seen as duty-bound to prolong life at whatever cost.
Doctors say it is common for patients like this one, an older man with chronic leukemia, to run up staggering bills in the last weeks of life. This man died after 17 days in intensive care. Yet the idea of limiting care to any patient is difficult for most Americans. Larry Ballantyne was one of those able to buy time. He had a heart transplant at a cost of $100,000 at the age of 65.
If it hadn't been for the technology and the fine doctors here, I wouldn't be here. So it's difficult for me to say, that there should be limited. Yeah, for other people, but not for me.
That kind of attitude, as understandable as it is, makes it harder to reform the system.
You won't be able to substantively change it or fix it without people understanding that they're part of the problem.
And one part of the solution, if they can examine their attitudes and adjust their expectations. Beth Nissen, ABC News at the University of Kansas Medical Center.
Later this evening on Nightline, a town meeting from Chicago. The subject, health care in America. We'll have our final report in just a moment.
All across America, people are throwing in the towel. The scrub brush, the rubber gloves, and refusing to wash all their dishes before they wash their dishes. They're turning off their faucets and turning on the Maytag Jet Clean dishwasher that scrubs with 47 powerful jets, filters, then disposes. It's made to get dishes clean, no strings attached. Or
Repairman. Jet Clean dishwasher from Maytag, the dependability people.
Imagine a rent-a-car company that offers special delivery right to your door. That's Enterprise.
Here, let me help you.
Enterprise, a special rent-a-car company that gives you special delivery.
I found a safer aspirin, Ecotrin.
For minor arthritis pain, Ecotrin's orange coating makes it safer to your stomach than plain or buffered aspirin.
So I'm not concerned taking even the maximum dose.
The safer aspirin, that's Ecotrin, and that's the truth.
Every time it rains.
The Discover card pays a cashback bonus on every penny you charge.
Pennies from heaven.
It pays to Discover. Introducing the new Ford Taurus and the Dummy. Ford Motor Company has the only car